We'll get into it now by...
Roger, there's something on your nose.
zooming back into the war camp.
Oh.
Which, for those of you who weren't here last time, yeah, this is new for you. Because in last session, not only was that little, or I should say, big encounter with Roxana's father resolved, and the party made their way out of the dungeon, you also made your way to this very large war camp that is formed outside of the newly reappeared Rostohur, the capital of Thalassashana. Various allies that have been collected over the course of this, I want to say arc, but it's more like a campaign at this point, are gathered here from allies that have been with you the entire time, such as Stuart Vilkeson and his Lake Hall Legionnaires, to some unlikely allies, such as Adroxa and her army of Drovir. And this first night, if you could call it that, in the land of eternal twilight, at the camp, a large war meeting was held to discuss the plans to assault Rostohur. Your side is unfortunately outnumbered by a ratio of 2 to 3. There are about 8,000 of your side and 12,000 of theirs.
What?
Yeah,
which
tough.
is tough, especially considering that you're attacking a defended location.
But we have a plan, don't worry.
Though you have a plan. So, although where we last left off, Roxana, with you having or getting a letter delivered to you by Katya, and reading that letter from Ardaber, your half-brother, giving you probably at least some things to think about.
Yeah, that was a great letter. That was just like, it came at the right time too. It was things that she was definitely like not even thinking about, and now she's questioning. So it was very good.
Yeah, so I guess the important thing about this letter, I suppose, is that during this first war meeting, Roxana noticed that Ardaber was acting maybe not strange, just like deep in thought and a little bit unattentive and aloof. And along with this letter that was given to Roxana is also a message of Ardaber's goodbye. Apparently he has left the war camp. And I think if I think anybody can read it. I think I gave everybody permissions. So you can find it in like the journals, letter from Ardaber, if you as players want to read this letter from him.
It's very well written.
Yeah, I like
Read
that.
out
a lot.
loud.
Except the formatting got like slightly scuffed from
Boo.
pasting it in. I think I'll just...
Was he writing in cursive?
Yeah.
Oh God, he's formatting
He was actually writing in shorthand. You can't even understand it.
Why is there a courtroom
okay.
sketch in here?
But I would say that you have a lot to... There's a lot for your mind to chew on with this letter, but there are other important matters that you also need to attend to. And I think with this long adventure that your party has been on, and everything being action up to this point, it would probably be good to have a little debrief with your party.
I just read it. It's a good letter.
To discuss to discuss the plans and to clear your heads away from all this chaos that's going on. So why don't we zoom in on that scene where you all have tents set up, or perhaps Roxana's now commandeering one of the large command tents, and she's able to gather all of you around to just go over what happens next. So Roxana, you gather everyone here. I guess it's time to begin the meeting.
I have gathered you all here today because the hour of our invasion draws close. There is but one enemy that remains, and he must be crushed in order for us to even leave this place. He has a vice grip on this land and its people, and his name is Zalad, the Immortal Emperor. He has a palace in Ras Duhor, which is the city he rules. And though we are numerically inferior, and I'll look to the party members who were here last session and look back to everyone else, I believe we have crafted a plan that will ensure our victory. And I'm not going to say this in character because it's so complex, but I'll say it out of character. While people were leveling up and stuff, I actually just wrote down the different steps of the plan that we made last time.
I love it.
What?
Because if I don't kind of structure it correctly, like certain parts won't make sense. But I think how I have it written, it makes a lot of sense. So there are 3 stages to the plan. Oh, this is spooky.
Yeah, this is spooky. It's a little too intense.
I usher in the assassins who stab you all in the back.
It says mood ominous, not mood bominous.
So stage 1 is the infiltration, stage 2 is the false front, and stage 3 is the true front. So I'll start with stage 1, the infiltration. This will occur over like a few weeks. So what we established last time, yeah, it's like longer term play, I think. But this is a really fun part. So this is where Elijah and like a couple of the other sneaky folks will come in. So stage 1 is when spies will infiltrate Ras Duhor, while the enemy still remains unaware of the fact that we're launching an invasion. So we're going to set up agents inside the city that are going to operate basically as like terror cells. They're going to try to assassinate key personnel inside the city and involved with the military. They're going to try to generally sow discord and plant false rumors of an invasion that will target the front gate of the city via the bridge, which is the most obvious path of an invasion to follow. So meanwhile, while that's happening, we're going to have a team of sappers that are going to tunnel beneath the moat of the city and beneath the foundation of the back wall. And they're going to create what are called saps, which are basically these like cavities in the earth, and they're just going to fill them with timber props that are filled with combustible materials, possibly alchemical incendiary chemicals as well, if that's a possibility. And while that's happening, carpenters in the camp are going to begin constructing 100-foot long bridges. The moat is 80 feet wide, so we just need to clear it by probably 10, 20 feet. They have to be sturdy enough for hundreds of troops to cross, but mobile enough to deploy on the day itself. Now stage 2, which is the false front, this is essentially what the spies are leading them to believe will happen. Is Adroxa is going to basically come in and fire the front gate and strafe the guard towers along that wall, feeding into the false narratives that we've been spinning in the city for weeks. Hidden troops that we've planted in that ridgeline will light fires, which will give the false impression that there are large amounts of troops that are going to be moving through there. And stage 3, which is the true front, is on the day, sappers underneath the walls will ignite their combustibles and the back walls will come down. Meanwhile, the troops will cross the moats using the bridges we've built on the opposite flank of the front gate where they're expecting it to come from. And now, with our troops flooding through in street battles, we will actually have the advantage, even though our numbers are numerically inferior. And we will likely win if we're aided by spies that are already in the city.
How long
That's crazy.
did it take
I
you
also
to
that was also so much that I was like, okay, cool, I'm a spy. Haha.
I mean, that was basically the whole session last time. We just talked through everything and like figured it out.
Yeah, that was like especially.
Because like there's few situations where like a small force could actually win a siege. And every like historical example I looked up, it was like they hit them fast and hard. They like got in the city somehow and like engaged them on the ground. Yeah, because like we couldn't like lay siege to them, because if they just like sallied out, they could sally out the amount of men that we have and still have 4,000 men in the city defending. So we just get crushed probably, but this I think is like actually viable. But yeah, Roxana will share all this in character, and she has like maps prepared of like the city as she remembers it, and like the troop placements and everything. So I guess the first thing is like, who would want to be involved in the infiltration phase? So stage 1. So that would be like going into the city.
100% me.
So let me
definitely be down
interject
for
there,
How fucking dare
because
you?
there's a lot of ways that you guys can help with war preparations. So there's what Tyler just said, which is the infiltration phase. There's a few different things that you can try to do to help in the infiltration phase. Essentially, each thing that you're going to try to help with, you're going to spend 1 week helping with this task. And then essentially you're gonna make a check at the end of the week, and depending on how good the check is, you add progress to whatever front you're trying to aid with. There's more specific mechanics, but I'm just gonna give you the quick and easy of it for now. I'll tell you the different things that you can help with in the infiltration phase. You can either spread misinformation, which the key check there is a deception check. For any of these, by the way, if you have like a cool ability or you think you can have another way that you can aid it, then maybe I'll let you make a different check. But for spreading misinformation, that would be a deception check. And you attempt to spread misinformation about you and your allies' plans, numbers, and movements to try to pull the wool over their eyes, so to speak, to make sure that this true false front thing actually comes to fruition. You can also gather intelligence in the city, which the key check there is investigation, which is mainly just trying to get information about the enemy's strategies and placement and movements. You can assassinate key targets, which the key key skill check there is a stealth check. Which that would be involved with like the Drovir assassins and try to throw the enemy's ranks into disarray. Or finally, you can attempt to, I know you had mentioned it last session, Tyler, incite rebellion.
Yeah.
Which
I think the odds are low for that, but we definitely would want to.
That one would require like a lot of effort to do. I will say that outright.
Yeah.
And that would be persuasion.
Okay.
The idea is to get like cells of people to turn against Rostuhor, whether that be citizens or even soldiers, because funny thing about Rostuhor, its army is made up of soldiers from the various like Asari's domains. So there's like a bunch of Demir soldiers there that are, by all technicalities, loyal to Rostuhor, but maybe they could be swayed
Are there
to
any
turn back against them.
Are there any like religious leaders that aren't necessarily like in opposition to the people in charge right now, but could possibly be propped up as like an opposition just to get some?
Funny thing about the Jalaran is that they are a wildly a-religious people.
Yeah, I think the popular uprising, like, sadly, is probably not worth our time, just because like they've been under the vice grip of I feel like I'm justifying the Iraq War right now with what I'm saying, but they've been under the vice grip of a dictator for so long. You know, they're not gonna want to rise up against him.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
That's
Well, hold on.
So we have to
Hold
go
on,
in.
Trying to take out their whole power grid, their water supply.
He's got weapons of mass destruction in Rostuar.
Oh my god.
He's
this is
weeks
them going
away.
in the recording. Oh
It's a
my
lot.
But that's just the infiltration side of things. You don't have to be part of the infiltration. In fact, it might be good to be involved in things both in the city and out of camp, because the longer these like operations continue, the more likely it is for Rostuhor to become a little more wary of you and get a little more information about your plans. So while you might be tempted to like really focus on one front, although it might be slightly riskier focusing on like a bunch of different fronts at the same time, it might be faster to get to where you need to be in order to conduct this assault on Rostohor. As for being back at camp, this would be something that would be mainly available to Roxana. You could oversee efforts, which is kind of just going over the logistics of everything and making sure people need to be where they are and that things are getting done regarding all these other operations that are going on. The key check there is actually a history check.
Oh, interesting.
I felt that would be like the most related to strategy. And you could also do something like for those of you who are medically trained, train a group of soldiers in combat medicine to make them able to recuperate more easily from battles, which I promise you, all of these different things that I'm telling you have different mechanical effects once you're actually doing the siege.
Cool.
But a lot of that's going to be like background DM stuff, but I promise you everything is actually giving like some sort of numerical help to the assault. And then finally, and perhaps most importantly, which the key check for this one is an athletics check. But I feel like there's a lot of different ways you could spin this one to help otherwise. Is preparing like the the sappers' tunnels and preparing the bridges. So building these bridges, digging these tunnels out. I know Tyler had mentioned like creating like these alchemical incendiary devices to collapse these sapper tunnels at the right time. All of those could be things that you could do to help get because this is the true front part. This is where you guys are actually putting all of your, or the majority of your soldiers and forces
Yeah.
is towards this part of the plan. So those are all the main things that you can do to help the war efforts. If you guys would rather sit around and do downtime activities, you can.
Yeah, we can do stuff that's outside of those too, right? But those are like the main mechanical.
Those are
like,
the main
pillars.
things that are going to help the overall goal of
Okay,
like
cool.
of laying siege to / assaulting Rostohor. You could do individual things. You could like try to craft spell scrolls or potions or whatever, which takes time, and could help you guys more so as like an individual group as a party, but won't help necessarily with the overall war efforts. So in probably again the most important thing out of all of these, or the two most important things because they kind of work in tandem really well, are preparing these sapper tunnels and bridges. That's one of them. And the second one would be spreading misinformation. Those are the two most important things because you're trying to divert the enemy's attention away from your actual assault plan.
I'm going to be spreading misinformation.
Let's go.
All right. We have Elijah going for spreading misinformation. Each one of these, by the way, takes place over the course of 1 week.
What were the checks for spreading misinformation?
Deception.
Deception is the primary check for spreading misinformation. I feel like you could probably...
I'm gonna do that, but hang on, I gotta change one thing. 'Cause I forgot
You
to
might
do
be
this.
able to, like, swing sleight of hand, maybe, for creating, like, falsified documents and such.
I also would like to, if Elijah's gonna go that route, to have like a little talk with him at some point before the infiltration begins.
Okay, so who wants to spread misinformation?
I am too. I'm just changing one more thing on my character sheet.
All right, Asura, spread misinformation.
I don't use all the changing.
Elijah, spread misinformation. Roxana, what do you want to be doing during this week?
I will oversee efforts, but
Okay.
I would like to actually make a case for a history charisma check. I think
What?
that at this point, with all the different things that are maneuvering, like I have people who have like the intelligence of executing, but it's going to be, can I instill confidence / do I already possess the confidence to kind of instill into the plan?
So put an actual like leadership edge to it.
Yeah.
I will allow a history or a charisma history check.
Let's go.
I like that. In fact, that might actually be even more appropriate than just history, because I was just trying to pick like which skill check I think might fit the best, but giving it the charisma as the ability for it, I think might actually be a little better towards actually strategizing and making sure people are doing what they're doing. Let's see. Derek, did anything interest you?
Of course.
I think
the one
I think I'm gonna put
medical
yawn
one.
in the medical one.
Yeah.
Yes.
I put that in just for you. You don't have to do that, but it could be very very
No.
helpful.
I don't. No, Derek would be good at spreading misinformation or doing any of that. So he's definitely just going to train people on being, uh, not dead.
Okay, so I will put you as combat medicine training. Okay. I'm gonna just put Jan, because Jimmy's not here, as I think he's gonna be preparing the sapper tunnels and bridges part of all this. Caleb, what do you think Thomas would want to do?
So I was thinking, and the medical thing got me thinking. So I still have the other 3 scions with me, right? They're
Yeah,
still around.
they're still a bit diminished though, I will tell you that. They're
I was just curious if I could go with them around our camp and see if I can sense any unawakened psionic abilities in any of our troops.
Oh, that's cool.
so you're
Whoa.
thinking
That's really
of,
cool.
That's kind of sad.
so you're thinking of trying to
Enhance the troops. a bit.
yeah, enhance the troops, I guess we'll
He's
call it.
playing
A literal
chess
psyop.
while we're playing checkers.
Which is actually, it could be pretty useful. This isn't the only
Checkers.
this isn't like completely unmerited, because I think originally it was your father, right, Asura, who was stealing people with
Yes.
or it was like shape changing things actually.
No,
Never mind.
it was
So-
more shape changing. Changed.
yeah, but we know that there might be other people with psionic abilities.
Well, also just the way that the game describes how psionic abilities work, it's like they do
It's
just
just
kind
the
of
potential.
appear at some points in your life, and if you try to better.
Okay, I like this. Who am I missing? Am I missing Fogel?
Yep.
Fogel, what are you doing? You can
Well,
ask about any of these, by the way, in case you forget
stage
some of
1,
the
right?
options.
I mean,
Well, this is kind of just like overall. Like you can choose any
Well,
of these.
can I do some of the tunneling? Is that like, is it too soon for
Oh,
that?
Yeah.
that's sick.
Yeah, that's part
I
of
know
what you
Fogel
can
would
do.
like to do some digging, you know?
Okay, Fogel. Prepare siege, tunnels, and bridges. Those are just lumped together, but you'll kind of be focusing more on the digging tunnels part. Diggy hole, diggy hole. There's also the allies that you guys have, which most of them are going to be allocating towards specific tasks, but some of them you can kind of have the options to choose where they go. Let's see here. First of all, let me find them. The Drovir assassins are going to assassinate key targets. That's like their thing that they're going to go for.
Nice.
The Songbirds network can do one of these following checks. It can either gather intelligence, spread misinformation, or incite rebellion. They also have the option to, because an important thing from last session, Roxana finally she decided that it would be best for her interests to actually keep Songbird as an ally
No.
and gained access to his entire like information network who can now help with the war efforts.
Yeah, that's
So,
gonna be huge.
Damn.
they can gather intelligence, spread misinformation, or incite rebellion. Their highest bonus is to gather intelligence. And another option they have is to you can kind of split the focus of them of Songbird's network to follow choose two of those options, but the bonus for each of those options would be halved, so they don't have as good of a
Okay.
chance to it's unlikely that they'll get quite as much progress on a certain front. Yeah, what's up?
You you said no unearthed arcana, right?
It
Okay, I'm gonna
kind of
send you.
depends.
I'm gonna send you this though, just because this is literally the most perfect thing for this.
I mean, I use a lot of homebrew, so like it kind of like depends on if
Look-
it's an
look at this.
actual commune with city. That's crazy, man.
I'm just saying.
No,
Ah!
no.
Would have been too strong.
It would have been too perfect for this.
I know, that's why I sent it to you.
It's like
Fine.
it's like the person who brings a fucking ranger to like the survival campaign. It's just like I feed them every day forever.
It's true. It was worth a shot. I'll send it to Tyler for
Yeah.
funsies.
Okay. I like the attempt though.
I had
So,
to try.
Tyler, do you have any idea which you would like Songbird's network to focus on?
So they're separate than the Drovir, right? They're their own group.
Correct. Yeah,
Okay.
that's their own group. So the Drovir assassins specifically are going to assassinate key targets. That's what they're going towards.
Okay. Probably spread misinformation then. I was gonna say gather intel and spread misinformation, but I think misinformation's actually gonna be more powerful. And
I think it's the most important to making sure your plan comes
Yeah.
to fruition.
also we have party members
Out
that
of
are gonna
all those
go in
options.
too, so they could gather intel.
Okay.
Yeah.
The volunteers, you've already chosen where they're going to be allocated towards, which is preparing the siege tunnels and
The
bridges.
most dangerous job.
Yeah, like dying in these tunnels. Now you can
We're Vietnam
also
now.
add certain groups. Certain groups of people can actually help the volunteers. The only risk is if they roll really poorly on their check, which will be unlikely if they're getting like the help of these other groups. You can choose whether or not you would like to have some of the Drovir army help to prepare the siege tunnels and bridges. Like give the soldiers something to do. It would probably help with efficiency. You can also get the Lake Hall Legionnaires to either help
Yep.
prepare the siege
That's
tunnels
what
and
I'm gonna do.
bridges.
He has expertise
to-
already. He's been through a
Yeah.
siege. He's probably the only one who has been through a siege. Actually, is fucking what's his name? He had like a Swedish name. It was like,
Bjorn.
it was like, oh my god. His last name ended in like son. Not-
Yeah, well, yeah. Stuart is
Stuart
Vilkeson.
Vilkeson. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Stuart. I don't know if you guys remember this. Very minor detail, but we learned when we first hired him that he was part of like a siege on Alda Fortuny. So he's the only person who has siege experience. So I was thinking of putting him on, like, training the sappers on how to do it properly.
Yeah, so that's gonna be very good.
Yeah.
Because not only will it give them an additional like +4 to their check, but it'll also give advantage to the check as well.
Cool. That's sick.
So he's very useful for that. And then Adroxa herself can help you oversee efforts.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Coolio. With all of that settled, a couple things. are going to happen first. We'll do this what you had just mentioned, Tyler, and Roxana is able to pull Elijah aside before he sets out on this mission of spreading misinformation within the confines of Rostohor.
Yeah, so we'll say she finds Elijah in his tent. What is he up to on just like a random like morning?
I think if he knows that he's going through this mission, um, he's probably. Have we seen the inside of this, like the place or like residents of this place before?
You have not seen. You've
No.
not been in the city. No, you can see
Okay.
it like looming in the distance.
Yeah, but we
Um,
haven't seen.
no,
But-
it's actually been hidden.
Mm, then I'd
You needed to
probably
kill a
just
bunch of
be-
vampires to reveal the city.
So I'd probably, if I knew I was going onto this mission, at least Elijah would be just practicing like swapping faces and then making sure like the details of anything he'll create when he's like switch faces is like down to the minute detail. Basically, like in a mirror.
Yeah, you'll
If
be
that makes
very
sense.
useful for this.
You like to stay clean, Elijah.
Would it help?
Depends
if
on what you mean by clean. Wink.
She hands you something that looks almost like a scroll or like a parchment.
What is this?
If you open it up, you see it's a poem called Cleanness. And Roxana walks you through this poem, and basically there are like series of letters that if you selectively remove them from the poem, they spell out key military personnel that Roxana knows of that need to be assassinated.
Oh. Wait, am I assassinating people? I mean, I can.
Well, Roxana will say, these are figures that I remember. We will eventually need to see that they are dispensed with by any means necessary. I'm sure you understand that all rules are gone. Any tools we have are at our disposal.
And I'll do anything I can to see the mission gets done.
Very good. And please
How
do
many,
keep an eye on Songbird as well. He has turned back to our side, but I don't fully trust him.
I wouldn't either. How many names are on there, Tyler?
I'll leave that up to Seth. I mean, I feel like Roxana would
we'll
know
say
like
probably maybe like a half dozen.
Okay, should
Okay,
I roll
so-
for it? It'd be fun.
Sure, roll 1d12.
12.
Oh, nice.
Okay, more than half a dozen.
Yeah, and these are just names that Roxana remembers because, like, she's been here as a child. Like, she knows people in court. Obviously, more names can be added, but this is like a poem that she's gonna sort of disperse to all the spies. It's called Cleanness, and it's a secret cipher for assassination. And yeah, before she leaves, she's just gonna be like, do you need anything from me before you set out? I might not see you for some time.
Would Roxana know anything about this city? Like any like weird quirks, background, history, anything that would give me like an edge in like spreading deception? Probably not, right?
I feel like she would know a decent bit, but things might have changed
Well,
too.
Perhaps one of the most important things to know about Rostohor and maybe Jalarn's society as a whole is that as Artiber put it in his letter to you, actually, it was something along the lines of, us Jalaran each hold 2 knives, one in front, one behind, and both pointed toward ourselves, which is more so at a jab at Jalaran tending to be not only outwardly hostile towards those who are not of the same affiliations, but are also actively trying to undermine those people behind their backs. So maybe one of the key things you can play off of is that even between different groups of people in the city, you can kind of play towards their hatred of each other,
Yeah, they're always trying to get an upper leg on
or at
each
least
other.
antagonism towards each other.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So maybe that would be like the most important thing, that it might actually not be that difficult to spread misinformation
Because everybody's gunning for each other.
Yeah, if a group of people might think it might give them an edge over another group of people.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Another thing that I think will resolve before we start this preparation phase before the assault on Rostohor
Adroxa.
is Adroxa will find you probably close to 24 hours later, after you came to her with your request. She finds a maybe like a moment on this first day as you begin like overseeing efforts, and she finds a moment alone with you inside this command tent, as she's also preparing things as well, to like oversee logistics and whatnot. I have given your request more thought. I am willing to give my aid in the task you have mentioned. But I must say this. My enemy is over there, behind those walls. If you are so worried about one within your own ranks, then I must also make a request of you. You are to join me on this hunt.
I appreciate the time you've spent likely toiling over this decision. You are dismissed, Adroxa. I will not be needing you for this.
Say again?
I do not wish to confuse you. Indeed, the enemy is beyond those walls, but you did not feel the turmoil I did when I had to wrestle my own kin free from that witch. So it is I who must do it personally.
Very well.
Speak of this to no one.
I have already forgotten.
What would you like to? I'm just gonna actually ask her like what she wants to do to in this preparation phase, because like we don't really have, I guess, like a designated role, but I'll be like, what how do you wish to help us in this mounting effort against the city? Do you have any ideas yourself for how you might be useful until the false front is active?
Making sure my soldiers are fed for one.
Smart.
Unfortunately, I am most equipped for the time when the battle comes. And I promise I will not disappoint. Until then, I will do my best in allocating my men, making sure they are prepared, and getting them to assist with some of the preparations.
Yes, this is good.
I believe that expediency is the most important here. Trust me, I have seen the direct result of Zalad having enough time to retaliate. My husband dead. My people destroyed. My memory stolen. Haste, Roxana.
Yes, and let this be your vengeance at last. And she'll do that thing where it's like kind of a handshake, but also kind of like a hands like clasping together.
Okay.
Yeah, and she'll dismiss her.
And you you feel the strength of a dragon
She's probably
in a
jacked.
humanoid form. You can just tell even by making physical contact with her. It's kind of crazy having all that dragon's power like condensed into that humanoid form.
Yeah.
Is it like, what's his name?
Carrick.
Yeah, that guy.
Oh,
It is kind of like Carrick in a way.
true.
Although I will say this, Carrick's strong.
Carrick
I
is
know, okay.
strong.
Or I should say Ansel Agar is strong.
What happened? I can't remember.
He flew away
Oh, that's right.
after getting a bunch of guns shot at him.
That's right. That's right. I'm remembering now. It's all coming
Yeah,
back.
he was a great villain. I liked him a lot.
I liked him a lot.
And yeah, I think she'll also have a scene with Stuart Vilkeson, but that can happen later on because we haven't even started that yet.
Okay. So, when you say that you're gonna deal with it, Roxana,
Oh yeah,
are you
she has a
are
plan.
you planning on doing that at some point during like the camp phase, or like sometime during the actual assault?
During the camp phase, she has a plan that will require minimal effort for all parties involved to just dispense with her and be done with it. So she'll do that. She'll actually involve Stuart with that and some of the sappers as well. But that can come when we handle that.
And
Wait, who are we dispensing of?
you have seen very
Tiamat.
little of Tiamat in action, by the way.
Yeah.
You saw her in action a little bit when like at the Hanged Keep, and that
Wait.
was about it.
Yeah, she's going to at least for now, she's just gonna incorporate them into the sapping operation. So she's gonna like basically pretend like she's gonna need their help with Fogel to like dig these tunnels and stuff.
Why is Tiamat an enemy? I feel like I missed
Dude, because she usurped the keep and like turned it into a religious cult and tried to kill us, and then was like,
I thought that was her
Well,
Like-
she betrayed the cult.
Yeah, but she led that purge. She burned the keep and blew fire. She killed a bunch of like
Did she?
vampires.
I thought
Yeah.
that was her. I thought that was
That
her
was-
like squad mates, not her.
Well, it
She
was
wasn't
both
even
of them.
there.
She was complicit.
It was mainly Sigeri, but yeah, she was with them
Yeah.
on the assault.
There are two of them left,
Man.
and Roxana, like, it's also a trait of these like manipulator types that are in like positions of power. Like Roxana, like if there's a thorn in her side, she has to get rid of it, and that is the thorn in her side.
Isn't Tiamat kind of strong?
Yeah, but she has
You've
has a
seen
plan.
very little of her.
Roxana has a plan.
I'll need to look at her stat block again. Okay, so why don't we begin? I think we're going to start with Asura and Elijah, those who go to infiltrate Rostuhur.
What would you have me do, sire?
I think even though where you guys are is more you're doing the spread misinformation side, I think the way that you get in to the city, unless you just want to like teleport or something, because I know you have teleportation capabilities, so maybe you could actually help with that, Asura, with your new spell.
That would be kind of dope.
Because it will definitely be a lot more difficult to be seen with a small group of people getting into the city than like a whole army.
Yeah.
So we're not even gonna roll a check for your ability to get into the city, but how do you want to get into the city is the question. More of a flavor thing.
Okay.
So is there like a big ass gate that you have to like go through a checkpoint and everything?
Yeah, so there's like a lot of like smaller bridges, one really like grand bridge that goes into the city. One thing to note is that there's not a ton of traffic coming in and out.
What would you say the traffic mainly comprised of? Like who is usually, is it like travelers? Is it merchants? Is it just people coming back from?
Most of the traffic is coming out of the city. And you probably get if people were to be watching, only like a couple dozen at most an hour.
Okay. How do you want to get in, officer?
Okay, let's think about.
Because I have a plan for me.
Let's
I don't have a
go.
plan for you.
What is your plan? I might be able to
Oh,
help.
I'm just gonna try to seduce one of the people going in because I'm gonna change shape and they're gonna bring me in.
Oh, so I have to take you with me?
Huh?
I don't have to take you with me.
You don't have to, but it's probably gonna be a little bit higher risk for me. But if you're just gonna teleport in, I'll teleport with you.
Because like I don't even need to use the fancy spell. I could just dimension Doris in.
Oh, let's do that.
Okay, you dimension door, just you could even
We can pose as lovers.
you can probably just get close to like a wall and just
That's what Mal.
yeah, you can just teleport past the
All
wall,
right.
right?
Are we posing
Yeah.
as lovers?
What?
What? Why? I mean, would that be less suspicious? Actually, I just want to get in your pants. That's a lie.
Something I've
I
learned.
don't know.
is
So
that
shouldn't we have a cover when we go in?
the more you think about trying to cover something up, the more likely it is that you're gonna get caught. So let's just go.
All right. Okay, we're going.
All right. By picking the right times when there's less foot traffic and fewer eyes on you, probably with the help of some like scouts, giving you information on like movements of guards and whatnot, you're able to get close enough to the city walls that Asura is able to dimension door you through. And if you guys have like hoods up or something, and Elijah can change his face to whatever he wants, you shouldn't look too suspicious or anything.
Yep, I got my Sears mantle on, so
Your what mantle?
the Sears mantle.
What's that?
It's the thing that's
It allows
been
him
giving
to
me
see.
busted perception checks this whole time.
Damn.
Okay. You two make your way into the city. And not too long afterwards, as you're beginning to walk around and get your lay of the
Tell me we
land,
get caught.
you have some help with like the maps that Roxana has
You don't look
drafted
familiar.
up. But a lot of this is going to be you first kind of getting your foothold here and like understanding where things are and like where to even get information in the first place, hunkering down. You are actually approached.
Is there an adventurers guild nearby?
You see, we'll say in like a more narrow alley, there are 3 hooded individuals who are walking towards you both.
So sorry. So we're just in a narrow alley with the other people.
Yep.
Why did we choose a narrow alley?
Alexa, stop.
I mean,
Wow.
you don't know the city too well, even with
Yeah,
the
so
maps.
I think we're just wandering right now.
It's a pretty large city.
Okay.
All right, well, I mean, I'll roll with it.
I mean, we won't act suspicious.
No.
As you two are, as these 2 groups are about to pass by each other, the group of 3 slows down, and one of them speaks to you as they're slowly passing by you. Meet us at this location 1 hour from now.
Who the
Songbird sends his regards.
Oh,
What the heck?
fuck!
He works fast.
Hell yeah.
He works,
He works
so
fast.
fast.
Worth it. Worth it.
Songbird is sick. So you're able to
Alright.
make contact very quickly with Songbird's network.
Imagine we just started
And-
fighting them.
I cast
And the
wildfire.
location that you guys end up getting sent to is in a way it kind of reminds you, Elijah, of the Maiden's Den.
Oh,
This
I started crying.
upscale looking lounge with these very fanciful red velvet seats and a whole bar completely packed with various fine vintages and liquors. And there's this thin haze of smoke in the air. But once you come through and present the people there with what you were given, they send you to this back room, and in this like large lounge type booth, you can see just leaning very comfortably, still with the bird mask on his face, is none other than Songbird himself.
He's separated from Thomas now?
Yeah, I was gonna say, how did
Yeah.
he do it?
Yeah, actually, yeah, he just left Thomas last session. After Roxana agreed to keep him on as an ally.
Crazy.
He left Thomas of his own accord. Let's see if I can actually find his artwork again. Oh yeah, there it is.
Damn, that beak be long.
And Songbird speaks to you.
That'd be long.
Well, it looks like Roxana sent someone over. Very well. Let's get started. And he just debriefs you on everything that's going on. It's almost crazy how fast Songbird got a foothold here, and you're kind of learning as you're speaking to him. That's because he already had a foothold in Rostuhur. That was,
No.
except communications were cut off when the city was vanished away and was hidden away from him. But he was very quickly able to rendezvous with his lackeys in the city, and he himself was able to enter the city and establish himself in this joint. So, kind of along the lines of what we already talked about, he probably gives you guys 2 separate missions to kind of find a way into a different group of people to spread misinformation. To you, Elijah, it would have been to
Brothels?
infiltrate more military ranks, actually. You having the ability to change your face you could very easily disguise yourself as either a messenger boy or
Barrack Bunny.
or just like a normal soldier delivering a message. So on the military front, to get in and or maybe even like a fake scout. And
Elijah, if you are able to grab like a likeness or a picture or a possession or a garment or any like a lock of hair or something from like a higher ranking military member, I could use that. Because I have scrying now.
Why can't we just ask Songbird if he knows, if he has it?
Well, I don't know who you're going to encounter, but if the way scrying works is I can spy on people, and if I have something that belongs to them or is part of them, they have a much higher chance of failing the check.
Yeah, no,
Mine
but
is
I'm
10,
saying,
actually.
I mean, I'm saying, but doesn't ask Songbird if he already has something like that.
Hey, Songbird, do you have a lock of hair from this random general that Elijah hasn't met yet? No.
What?
I think
let me see.
there's no way he's got one, dude.
Dude, you know how he already has roots in this thing, in this
I know,
bitch.
but
I mean, scrying is a good magical ways of gaining information. I'm
Probably
gonna
scryed
roll a
before.
percentile die. If he gets like above an 80, then sure he'll have.
Yep.
That's a 100 on the percentile die.
Is that a
Oh
critical?
my god.
He actually has a top
What?
general in the ranks.
That's crazy.
You rolled a 100.
That's insane.
You never know when a keepsake is going to come in handy. In fact, I have an unwashed military coat. Of one of the generals here. Go ahead, take a whiff.
I'll save it for later. Thanks.
Rolling a 100 on the percentile die was crazy.
That's so insane.
All right, well,
You want me? Wait.
Impressed.
Well, I probably shouldn't wear it then, right? Because
You know, what are you planning to do with it, might I ask? My winged friend.
it helped me spy on them.
Well, in that case, Elijah, I don't need your help anymore. You can just go have fun, cause havoc
oh fuck
within
yeah,
the
baby.
petty squabbling houses of Rostohur.
Guys, I'm opening a brothel here.
Okay. So with all that luck, you're no longer gonna do a deception check, Asura. I think the scrying spell can probably suffice.
Okay.
Or maybe we can do it in 2 parts. We'll
I
see.
could do a deception check because I am expertise now.
You said if you had something of theirs, it gives like a -10 to the saving throw.
No, okay, so the way it works is I'll just put it in chat. Hang on. put it in chat. Where is it? Right there.
Okay, let's give this a quick little read. Yeah, okay, so they get a -10 to their save.
I'm here.
You're here.
I'm late.
Why don't we just convert that to this instead, Asura? Your deception check.
Yeah,
Um,
I am now expert in deception. BT dubs.
so
That's
this
that
is
house
kind of
roll.
gonna be flavored as, you know, maybe this could be Elijah and Asura working together. If Asura is able to give Elijah a bunch of information on like this one general and like what's going on with them, you could probably come up with like a really good I don't know, like cover or alibi or whatever it could be to make this general trust you, Elijah, and with whatever information you're gonna give him. So why don't we do that? Instead of a -10 to a save, I'm gonna convert that to a +10 to your deception check, Asura.
Ooh, that works for me.
Okay.
So here's how this is gonna work. You guys are gonna be feeding false information, or Elijah's gonna be feeding false information directly to like the military ranks in Rostohor about your side's numbers and movements, and most importantly, make them think that your plan is to just assault the largest bridge and gate into Rostohor with the help of a Droxa, a dragon. So we'll start with Asura's check. Before you make the check, you get to make a choice, Asura.
Uh-oh. Do tell.
One sec. You can choose the DC of the check. It can be a DC 10, 15, 20, or 25.
Wow.
What
Yikers. That's
Do I have
crazy.
And based on what you choose, no inspiration. Fuck
No.
You choose the
No.
DC. If you
Dude, just
pass
go
the
all in.
DC, the higher DCs, by the way, you get a lot more progress, right?
Well, yes.
But if you fail by 10 or more, then you actually lose progress instead. Which you can have negative progress, which for certain things.
Regress.
All right. Elijah, how lucky are we feeling?
I don't know. I just got 100 on the die. It depends on how good your deception check is.
Plus 12.
Oh shit, that's pretty high.
I'd say 15's probably safe. Lucky.
He's
Well-
100% safe.
Well, wait a minute. Your deception normally is plus 12?
Yeah, because I'm expertise.
Well, it's
now.
gonna be plus 22 now.
Wait, what do you mean?
With the
Yeah.
additional plus 10.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay, so we go for the highest.
even if I roll a 1, I can't do under 10 for a 25.
Yeah,
Let's
you're not
go.
even if by going for the DC 25, you will not lose progress towards this.
Okay, we're good. Get that. Get it.
Let's go.
Plus 10 is 27.
Let's
Okay,
go.
that is a success success at at DC 25.
I rolled a 5 and got a 17. Oh my god.
That's
Yeah.
a terrible roll, by the way.
I know it's a terrible roll. Still got it though.
So yeah, let me just record that real quick.
Let's go, baby.
And Asura is able to give you, Elijah, so much information. He spends like these first few days of this week giving you all sorts of information on like this general, like what's going on, like what they already know, because there is like a little bit of a buzz about
like people have been seen like moving through like the forest recently, and there's like a mounting concern already within this first few days of Rostohor reappearing. But you now are equipped with the information to get in there and act on what they know by feeding them very like strategically chosen misinformation,
Let's go.
which could potentially give them like the entire basis of what they know as their like defense strategy. So this could be crazy.
That's sick.
Same thing for you, Elijah. You are going to choose 10, 15, 20, or 25 as the DC.
And I don't get the bonus.
You're not going to get the bonus on this one.
Right, I have a plus
Unless-
9.
We'll say you're specifically equipped to this with like your face changing and stuff though. You have actor as well. Oh.
I do have actor.
You have advantage on this check then.
Mm.
You have advantage on charisma deception checks trying to pass yourself off as a different person. So you will have advantage on this check.
What do we think? We think 20? No. What are we thinking, Jose? I have
So
a
wait,
plus.
You have advantage. You're plus.
I have
9.
advantage and I have plus 9.
If you feeling lucky, go for the 20. But if you want to be a little safer, you go for the 15.
That's true.
I think
You
25 's
you
kinda
won't.
very lucky.
Yeah, there's a very small. There's a 1 in 400 chance that you lose progress on a DC 20, because you'll be rolling with advantage.
So
If you roll 2 1s, then you'll lose progress because that's 10 under the DC of 20. So it's very unlikely
all right, let's do
that
it.
you'll lose progress. You're gonna go for the DC 20.
Wait, well, Jose, yes, DC 20.
Fuck it, man.
Fuck it. All right, I can roll with fuck it. Wait, how do I roll? Oh, with okay.
Yeah, as soon as you click it, it'll give you the option. Ooh, if only you said 25.
Let's
Damn.
go. That's
I did get a
fine.
1 though.
You did.
I did get 1-1. Dude, espionage,
Okay.
the name of the game.
I feel like I'm playing Tyler's campaign right now. God.
True.
I'll also let you choose Songbird's network. Because it's like an entire like network of people instead of just individuals. They do actually get more progress than you would for these checks, but you guys can still choose the check. They have a plus 10 to their deception. You can choose a DC 10, 15, 20, or 25.
You want to play it safe with them?
So
Only because I don't know what the consequences would be if they.
Yeah,
they
same.
they would never fail, or they would never lose progress on a DC 20.
Oh, okay.
But
So
there's
we
still
go
like
DC 20?
there's still like a 45% chance that they don't succeed on their DC 20 check.
Want to play it safe?
Yeah.
Regression to the mean. Regression to the mean.
All right, you want to go for like the 15, DC 15?
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay. Does somebody want to roll a d20?
Oh gosh.
We'll say Roxana, since she's overseeing efforts.
just
Tyler,
just
just
a
roll a,
flat
d-
20.
roll a d20.
19, let's go.
They got a 29
go.
total,
Heck
so they
yeah.
succeed.
29? What the heck?
So if you guys had chosen DC 25 for each of them, you would have succeeded on all 3 DC 25 checks.
That's scary though. That's scary.
Let me just double. Oh my god.
Oh no.
No fucking way. All right, we'll get to that.
Oh,
That's
no.
how you guys spend your week.
What?
We're gonna
What?
go to.
Wait, what? Hold on.
Well, that's how you spend your week. is spreading this misinformation.
Destabilizing.
Oh, I forgot to put up a little bit of art during that because you guys were in Rostohor, so we're gonna give like a
Oh,
little,
nice.
Oh,
a
that's
little,
so sick.
Yo,
little, like,
that's
backdrop for that.
sicky.
Dude, I don't remember Hogwarts looking like that. What the fuck happened?
Okay. I'll keep this up for now because I think it's pretty cool. We're gonna go back to camp now though, because oh wait, never mind. There's still the Drovir assassins. Which is stealth check. The Drovir assassins have a +10 to stealth. So you guys can choose again. Roxana, how do you think, or Tyler, how do you think that what DC do you think they should go for? They have a +10 to their check.
It was like 15 to 25, right?
10, 15, 20, or 25.
We'll go for 20.
Whoa.
All right. All right. Roll another D20, Tyler.
You got it. You got it.
Alrighty. Let's go.
Let's go.
24 does succeed on a DC 20. So
I love gambling.
okay. Gambling is fun. All right, now we're gonna go to something a little less high stakes.
Ooh.
Derek.
Yes.
Comment before we
Derek?
start. I'm glad you like gambling, Tyler. When I tried to push a roll, a girl died.
This is true.
And probably very like many more little girls afterwards.
Catastrophic failure.
All right, Derek. You're going to focus your efforts this first week on training one group of soldiers, or like one group that's going to participate in this assault in combat medicine to make sure that their ranks are able to hopefully recover, and those with minor injuries are able to be like thrown back into the fray.
Mm-hmm.
You get to choose which of the following groups you want to attempt to train in combat medicine.
Okay.
You can choose either the Demir Reserves, so these are like the portion of Roxana's like Demir forces that she controls. You can choose like the Drovir army to like you like select various people who can kind of set up medical tents and like triage units like during the assault. The volunteers, which are just like the basic like the common folk who have volunteered to fight against like their oppressors, maybe as they see it in Rostohor, or the Lake Hall Legionnaires.
It's only one group for now, right?
You
Or
can choose
for
one
the week?
group for 1 week of training.
Are the volunteers going to go into the fight?
Yes. So
Alright.
now they're I mean, it could be useful right now in the sense that they're in a very dangerous place of like digging these tunnels.
Oh, wait. So they're digging the tunnels and then they're gonna fight?
Yeah. They're
Oh,
they're fodder, kind of.
yeah.
Dang.
I think Ryan thinks the most tactical thing to do would be do the help the Drovir so they can medically triage and get people back into the fight. But I think because they are volunteers and they want to help, but they are also the common folk, Derek would help them basically learn the ropes of combat and casualty care, as well as probably first aid stuff for when they're digging the tunnels and stuff.
Okay. So you're gonna go and help the volunteers. You get to choose a DC 10, 15, 20, or 25.
What check? What type of check?
Medicine check.
Oh, I do have +8 in medicine. I'm gonna do a safe 15.
Okay.
Oh, I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
fail because you guys are doing so well.
Go. A natural 20.
Whoa!
Which-
Ho,
A natural
let's
20.
go.
What that mean?
So
What
you'd,
that
you'd
mean?
get
What
you'd
that
get some
mean?
amount you would get some amount of progress normally on a DC 15 check, but with a nat 20 you double that amount.
Oh my
What
god.
I'm
The
not gonna tell you
back roll-
exactly
the
how
back
much
roll
that
higher
was.
DC? Question mark.
No, you chose the DC already.
Yeah.
If you had chosen like DC 25, because you still succeeded on the check, with a natural 20, you would have doubled the amount you would have gotten for a DC 25.
I see.
Yeah, the idea is like you guys choose whether you want to gamble or play it
Gamble?
safe. You'll get more progress and better results if you choose a higher DC and succeed, but there's still like the chance of maybe something bad happening.
Gamble.
But that was pretty good.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Okay. You're actually maybe at first you're able to just go to like one of the sections of the camp that has a large number of just common folk and people who are volunteering. Maybe after like the first day of their rigorous work, you make your way there and are like patching some of them up, treating them for various like small ailments or whatever it may be, and you see an opportunity in them that maybe if you can teach them to subsist on their own in some extent, like you won't overextend yourself. And a lot of these people are so I guess into this cause that they're incredibly focused and are and you've probably like taught people like the medical trick here and there, especially like patients that aren't gonna want to be like seen all the time and like need to like take care of themselves. Like you teach them various things and like what to do in certain situations. These are probably like the best students you've ever had in that regard.
Nice.
Yay!
They're
And they
goated.
take to it very well. Okay. Let's see. Who else? Fogel and Jan. Thank you for showing up, Jimmy. I put you, Jan, on this task. So we're preparing for a siege on Rostohor, the capital of Thalas Ashana. And I kind of volunteered you to help with like the manual labor tasks because the basic check for this is an athletics check. So like digging these tunnels underneath the moats around the city to kind of like set up these sapping tunnels that you're going to eventually collapse for this assault and like cause the walls to come down.
Okay, sick.
And that and if you want to instead be kind of like working on the carpentry side and like building these large bridges that are going to be used to get a large number of the forces over the moat when it comes to the actual assault, like these mobile bridges that they're working on constructing.
I have a choice between them.
Yeah, you can choose. It's more of a flavor thing. than anything.
Yeah. I like the idea of the tunnels. I'll dig.
The tunnels.
I can always like use
and
my claws.
that's true. Yeah, you're animalistic, and you can probably last a very long time. And we'll say like this is all downtime, because you have like multiple uses of raging per day. You can probably just roll the athletics check with advantage when it comes to it. I think it's a very good task to put a barbarian to. And then Fogel, you're also helping with this side of things.
Well, if he's
How
tackling,
are
like,
you gonna
more
help?
You said he was tackling the tunnels, and we need more. We also need like bridges and stuff.
Yeah, so there's like it's essentially split into two groups. This is other than so again the two halves of like the most important parts of this plan are spreading misinformation, so making the enemy think you guys are gonna do one thing, and then there's what you're actually doing, and that's what you're involved with right now is preparing for the actual
Subterfuge.
siege, which is tearing down these fucking walls and getting the vast majority of your forces over these moats to take Rostohur by surprise. So yeah, you could help in constructing these bridges if you want. I think you're like, you're like either proficient or like expertise in tools and.
I have all-purpose tool could be any artisan tools of choice.
Oh,
I
which could be
think-
carpenter's tools.
Yeah, I guess I would probably just use that and start building the shit out of some things. Just
and you.
because like my natural appetite.
Let's go.
That's
Just doing
crazy
some,
because
tinkering.
let's see. It also. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah, you're proficient with whatever tool. You're not normally proficient with carpenter's tools, but with the all-purpose tool, you are. And not only do you have that, but you also have the tool expertise feature. So you actually have expertise in whatever tool you're proficient in. So with your carpenter's tools checks, which I think it can be like intelligence probably. Because it's more so about like planning out like maybe like first of all schematics for these mobile bridges, like getting the inspiration for them, and then efficiently allocating like your time and the time of the various people who are helping you to get these things done as quickly as possible. So it would be an intelligence carpenter's tools check for you, which when it comes down to it, that'll be a plus. Oh my god. So like a plus 13. Because you'll
Am
have
I making
expertise.
that now?
Just we'll do it in a second. Let me just make sure I'm not forgetting about anything. Then there's the volunteers. Who are also going to be preparing the siege tunnels and bridges. And their bonus to this now is going to be, it was a +6 originally athletics, but because Stuart is helping, and the Lake Hall Legionnaires, and he is familiar with like sieges and preparing, so he probably knows a lot about what works and what doesn't. He adds an additional +4 to their check, so it's gonna be a +10, and he's gonna give it advantage, so it's +10 with advantage. There is also the final option, Tyler, of getting some of like the either Demir, I think it would be the Demir forces to help with these tasks, which would give it an additional +2 to the check. So that's up to you if you want to include it or not.
Okay.
If it is included, it would be +12 with advantage, which is pretty those are some pretty good bonuses.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I don't think they're doing anything, so I can commit them to that.
Yeah, like again, the only risk potentially is that if like tunnels collapse, which would any like bad collapses would be at like a really catastrophic failure. So like a 10 or more below the DC that's
Gotcha.
chosen.
Yeah, they can help out.
Okay. In that case, why don't we start with Fogel's side of maybe helping to design these bridges and maybe constructing a prototype, teaching people how to go about building these in the most efficient way. As like Stuart and his people like get this first prototype of yours and are showing various soldiers and people how to like run them down and set them up and stuff, maybe in like a small pond that's in the forest somewhere so that you're not like running out in the field for everybody to see you, but kind of just figuring this out as we go along. So why don't you make this intelligence check, Fogel, and then I think in the box it'll ask you if there's any situational bonuses, say +8, because you'll have expertise in this check. So like, oh yeah. Oh shit.
Oh my god.
I forgot to ask you what the DC was, but I think that's my bad.
Does it make
If
it?
you well, yes, it'll make any DC.
Yes.
If you were to have picked a DC for the check, try to be honest with me because I'll accept whatever you say as the truth. I
were the
forgot this part.
options?
You choose a DC 10, 15, 20, or 25.
I had a +8.
You had a
Plus
+13
5.
total.
We'll say 20. I definitely would have said that.
Okay, I appreciate your candor.
Candor.
Small.
Candor
Canada Dukes,
Candor the horse.
Okay, so you're able to get some progress on that front for sure. Jan.
Yes.
Jan von Jaeger.
So I'm
You're gonna be
in my
helping to,
car. Okay, I'm in my car right now. I'll be home in like 5 minutes, but would you be able to roll for me?
Yeah, let me give you the rundown. You have a +9 to athletics check. You're going to make this check with advantage. You get to choose the DC that you're rolling against. You get to choose either a DC 10, 15, 20, or 25.
Okay, so what would like what's the context of that?
Okay, so the lower DC you choose, you'll get less, essentially a smaller benefit for succeeding. If you say you had chosen a DC 10, you roll like a 16, which means you would have also passed a DC 15 as well. You miss out on the benefits you would have gotten for passing a DC 15 check because you chose the DC 10 check.
Okay, so and I have a +9.
You have a +9, you also have advantage.
I'll go for the DC 20.
Okay. I will roll for you. Hopefully I roll well for you.
Oh,
Everyone can attest that you
Nice.
rolled exactly a 20, which means you succeed.
Nice.
This raid is gonna go crazy.
It's gonna be so sick.
Okay. And finally, because you're overseeing these efforts, Roxana, you get to choose what the volunteers are doing. So with various people's help, so Stuart Vilkeson and his Lake Hall Legionnaires, as well as the Demir's forces, the bonus to this check is now a +12, and it's being made at advantage.
Okay, I'll do 20 again.
20 again.
Yeah,
All right.
got it.
Yeah, you didn't even have to roll twice. Roll one more time in case you got a nat 20, because that would
Nope.
Okay, close, but no cigar. You would have passed the DC 25 though. However, okay. This is crazy. All of this is fucking crazy, by the way.
This is so awesome.
You guys are rolling super well. Thomas. You thought it might be a good idea. Even though, like, your allies, your friends, your other psionic roommates, or once roommates, are still sapped of their power somewhat, having literally been brought back to life. Or existence, even. Constructed from your memory of them. And the memories they left you with. You come up with a plan because they're still, you do note that they all still have psionic potential in them, and perhaps they'll come back into their own power again once they're given some time. But for now, maybe you can use them in other ways other than combat. You and Glide and Ithtuk and Olimar can go throughout the camp and try to observe and find people who might have psionic potential that can be unlocked. And maybe...
Yeah, and we have all 4 disciplines, so if they have any leanings, we can give them to the right teacher.
Yeah, so maybe if you can give them some quick training, if they're already trained as a soldier, incredible. But it might be even more useful for people who are volunteers, right? Like these just normal people. If they have some exceptional people among them, like maybe that will make them a more useful force in the actual siege.
This is just the X-Men, dude.
That is what I'm hoping for, yes.
This is an interesting sort of check. I think it's going to be... your bonus to both of these is actually the same. I was thinking either Arcana or Investigation, but your bonus is the same for both of them.
And what is it?
It's a +9.
Just give me the DC 20.
You're gonna go for the DC 20. Let me just double check something real quick. Because there's like 4 of you going to help, and so technically, even though they're all the same character, you have multiple characters who are proficient in this check. I'll say it's also with advantage. You're going for the 20?
Should I push it with to the 25 with advantage?
That's up to you, man.
What's your modifier?
It's a +9.
+9.
You've got a decent chance.
Just give me the 20. Let's be realistic.
Okay. I'll do investigation. You actually do not succeed.
On 20?
You rolled an 18. So, it's, actually, it wouldn't have been catastrophic if you had picked 25 either. But, unfortunately, Thomas... You had your hopes up, but there are none that you can find that seem to have any, at least promising amounts of psionic energy.
Damn, Roxanne, we gotta.
A lot of you have noticed that a lot of people kind of carry like little wisps of psionic potential, but
it's not nearly as obvious as some others who you have come into contact with. But interestingly enough, because you're like really focusing on it, you do note one individual in camp who is kind of bursting with psionic power.
Okay.
That being Tiamat.
Who is it?
I knew it.
Ooh.
I knew it.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if there's anything I can teach her, but maybe she can teach me a thing or two, or my compatriots.
Wait, who? I missed it. Who is it? That's got the psychic.
Tiamat.
Oh,
Tiamat.
So maybe I'll try to have a conversation with Tiamat about harnessing or, making better use of my own powers. Unless there's anything she can gain from me.
Maybe you two talk about it, and you approach her, and you mention that you've noted that she has, or noticed that she has, this power about her. And she speaks to you. Well, it seems you are very perceptive. Unfortunately, my journey unlocking my powers has been much my own, as I'm assuming yours has been as well. I have...
Funny story about that. Not really. I've got these three people who were kind of by my side actually through my teaching and learnings.
I'm sorry. I'm unsure of what you are talking about. These people are your teachers. I did not see them with you before when we went into this place.
Teachers, sort of. At the very least, they were points of reference. But I mean, as far as I know, every scion has their own sort of spin on things. So
Well, I found this potential on my own. The potential within myself. It helped dig me out of slavery and brought me here.
Forgot about that part of her backstory. Oh no. She's likable.
He's like,
She's likable. Why do I want to kill her?
Roxana's villain arc continues.
Roxana passes by and she's like, shit.
You know, there is not much I can teach you now, but perhaps once this is all over, we can explore our potential together.
whoa.
I
You're the kid.
can always get stronger, I suppose, and who better to learn from than someone as powerful as you?
Perhaps we
He's
need
right.
more regimented experimentation. I have not encountered many of our kind on my journeys. So what it could provide to academia might be invaluable.
Yeah, I mean, getting to the bottom of how this stuff happened in the first place would be. I mean, the four of us are quite the case study.
Come find me when this is all over. We will have more words.
Sounds good to me.
Alright, so unfortunately, you don't find any edge to all of this, but perhaps a new... I mean, she has been an acquaintance, but more of a friendly acquaintance at this point.
Sure.
Something, you have a little bit more of a connection to her than you had originally thought. But finally, to wrap up this phase, Roxana and Adroxa are going to do their oversee efforts.
Nice.
And this one's a little unique. It's going to be the same type of thing where you choose the DC. But we'll get to like what passing actually means once we get to it.
Oh no.
So
All right, cool.
why don't we have you make your check as you're trying to coordinate all these different efforts, those that are inside the walls of Rostuhor as well as those more so within the camp, the preparation efforts.
Yeah, and part of this too, we can probably do these after. There are 2 small things she wants to do on top of like the larger check that she's gonna make. But yeah, so should I name a DC?
Yes, pick a DC, 10, 15, 20, or 25.
Okay, so this is history, charisma. Okay, I am gonna say
You do have an interesting thing, by the way. A new rogue feature you have,
Yeah.
which could play a role in this.
I can't get below an 18. So
Yeah, so you could literally always
Whoa.
succeed on
That's
a
money.
DC 15.
Basically, I need to roll above a 12 or above to get a 20. Just not great, but fuck it, we gambling.
Okay, we ball.
I can't use inspiration on this, right? Or can I?
We have inspiration.
Yeah, we all do, right?
No, we do not. We don't have inspiration this session.
Oh, okay. I'll just do regular. Oh boy.
What is the DC you chose again?
20.
Oh, let's see it.
Oh nope.
18, unfortunately.
Damn it.
I'll give Adroxa the same thing as you, where she can do charisma history.
Charisma.
Unfortunately, her check's not that good. She's gonna have a +4 to this check. She's not proficient in history. What DC do you want her to take?
Maybe I'll just do a DC 10 for her, just so we have a solid win.
Okay, if she actually succeeds, she gets a natural 20
Hell yeah.
on a DC 10, which is good because now we get to choose two roles outside of these whatever the fuck I just called it, planning, overseeing efforts checks. So any other check that has been made during this week, you can bump up the tier by 1.
Oh, what the?
Ooh.
Wait, I got a good check. Who else had a good check?
So I can do that once.
Yes. So you could essentially bump. So like essentially you have like the 4 tiers of checks, right?
Yeah.
So like 10, 15, 20, 25. For all those who had succeeded on their checks, you can bump up the tier of the success. So if they had done like the DC 15, it would be a success on a DC 20 instead, or 20 to 25, or 25 to an normally unattainable.
Could I bump up
bonus.
a failure to a success, or it's just a success?
You could bump up a failure to a success at the DC chosen.
At the DC Okay. Because I think this is interesting. I'm gonna bump up Thomas's to a success.
Yeah.
I
You
think-
chose a DC 20, right, Thomas?
I did.
I think that could be an X factor to this that like could really bring something interesting to the fight.
What was I off by? 2? A roll of 2.
Yeah, you're off by 2. Thomas. You're a little chagrined at the fact that you weren't able to find much in the ways of psionic potential, like walking around the camps, like all these like large concentrations of soldiers and people who are resting.
It's definitely disappointed by that.
And maybe one of these days, maybe Roxana notices you, and you not being particularly involved in anything specific, asks you, like, what you're even doing, and you explain it to her that you're searching for those with psionic potential, within the camp, and you just haven't had anything so far. And Roxana asks you, like, where you've been looking, and you mentioned like just like all the like the areas around camp, or like everyone, like where the highest concentrations of people are, because like where there's more people in an area is probably more likely that you'll find one with that potential. Then maybe Roxana asks you something that gets you to think a little harder.
Music is cutting off.
Well, she
hyping
asks you,
up.
when did you really unlock your psionic potential, Thomas? Because it wasn't, and then it dawns on you, it wasn't, maybe you always had the potential, but it didn't really manifest just walking around and being, right?
No, not particularly.
An incredibly stressful, crazy event occurred called the Great Steeping, right?
Yes, sure.
And this gets you to reapproach everything from the mindset of, maybe I shouldn't be searching among the people who are lounging around camp. Maybe I should be looking among the people who are perhaps under higher pressure and stress. So you brave going into the tunnels that are being constructed.
I'm small. I should be alright.
Among the many people digging, maybe by this point there have actually been a few casualties from tunnels collapsing, people suffocating, like being blocked, not being able to get to them in time. So there's this high tension in the area. And even when you approach the entrance to these tunnels, the various people who are taking a break towards the entrance, just getting fresh air, like little pings off of your radar, you sense a connection there.
It's getting crazy.
And perhaps these people that some of which Roxana seemingly consigned to death.
Yep.
Maybe that's instead where they're being reborn.
Ooh, dark psychology. I like it.
As
You're gonna make all the
this
worst version of Zion.
these normal people who, through sheer will alone, are carrying through with their order to dig these dangerous, often lethal tunnels underneath the moats.
They're probably the most crazy too.
Oh shit! Oh,
And
that's
maybe,
what you
army of
mean.
wilders just constantly causing random effects.
Yeah.
I think you may have found
My pit.
a group of people to at least make aware of their own potential. And you talk to like whoever's in charge and gather these people that you notice. And you we'll say, because you have this cool new ability, right? Like your skeins of influence.
Yeah.
You give them a little rundown of why you've pulled them aside, and you see their value and their potential, and you reach out with your skeins of influence to all of them to kind of forge this connection with them. And you didn't know this was going to happen, but as soon as you do reach out to them, this incredible surge of psionic energy comes back to you, as if you had given them the little nudge over the ledge that they needed
Yo.
to manifest their powers.
That's crazy.
And not only just unlocking that potential a little bit, but through kind of how psionics works, and a lot of it has to do with like, or at least this ability has to do with mental connection and emotional connection. Even without like the weeks or months of training that this probably would have normally needed, think of it as like them being computers that you just uploaded a bunch of data into.
Malware release.
The X-Men, they're coming.
So you now have like this definitely enhanced subset of these volunteers that perhaps can allow the volunteers as like a whole, as a group, to provide way more value in the actual battle than they would have ever provided initially.
I'm just imagining a barrage of psionic blasts.
All right, and I think we're about to
fucking
wrap up
sick.
the session, but I will say this. Through the various avenues that you guys have chosen, and with the result of the checks, believe it or not, within
failed.
1 week,
Oh,
Let's go.
the seeds of doubt have been planted through Fogel's ingenuity and Jan's animalistic persistence in digging out these tunnels and helping, and pretty much exactly where you allocated all of these people into the war efforts have created the perfect situation to enact your plan soon.
Let's go.
So speed run.
I think it's time to prepare the troops. You're already ready after the first week, which means I don't even get to make a check to counter you.
Oh, cool.
Let's
Oh, also,
go.
I just remembered. I had my 2 things as well. My 2 small things I wanted to do. As the week comes to an end. But yeah, preparing the troops for sure.
Damn, work fast, boys.
Oh yeah, true. So what were the 2 things again? I know one of them was the Tiamat thing.
So one of them is she'll essentially ask Stuart Vilkeson. She'll go up to him and just be like, I need 5 of your best men and a wagon.
Are you going to give me a reason as to why?
No. It is a project that I wish to accomplish with the tunnels. I will call on you in a week's time to accompany me, but until then, you will remain in the dark, Stuart. But trust me.
Just a wagon?
Just a wagon. And 5 of your best men.
Sounds
Oh,
fine
you
with
made
me.
it.
Okay. The second thing is we would cut to a week later with Tiamat. I think her boy who's still with her, I think his name is like Srolky or
Stravo,
Stravo, yeah.
the dwarf.
Stravo, herself, and Stuart Vilkeson. And she's going to look to Tiamat, and she's going to say, Lady Tiamat, one of our teams has uncovered something archaeological when digging that will be of great interest to you. You and I, if I am being frank. Something that makes our mission that much more clear. Would you follow me? And she starts to head down into one of these tunnels that they've been digging.
Okay, she will follow you.
And
What is this about?
and she leads
What
her.
do you have that would be of significance to me?
She leads her to the end of one of these tunnels they've been digging, and you see that prematurely, as sort of like a test run, you know, they sort of like showed a lot of these men how to make a sap. So they would dig away. This isn't near the wall at all, but it's closer to camp. But they showed them how to dig a tunnel, how to make a sap, how to plant combustibles. And she comes up. It's just like a pocket of earth, you know, deep underground. And, you know, in the midst of all this earth that's been unearthed, she just sees a skull. And it's a Jalaran skull, and it looks as though there is a blue flame that's painted on it. And Roxana just motions with her torch, and she's like, I thought that it was a coincidence. This flame that you are worshipping. I had seen it in my dreams for a long time. And now, before my very eyes, it's made manifest in the bones of our long dead. You are not the first to come here, Lady Tiamat. There must have been others in ages long lost.
Make either a deception or a performance check for me.
Okay, definitely gonna do deception. Oh boy, I wish we had advantage, but this is gonna be dicey.
Oh no.
Not great.
Are you proficient in deception or no? You are.
Oh, I am. Okay,
So
so,
that's actually an
18.
18, right?
Let's go.
Alright, she's gonna roll to contest.
Ah, damn it.
Hmm. I don't know if it is one of the remaining zealots, but it appears that this has been painted somewhat recently, Roxana.
And
I must say that someone with your discerning nature would be able to spot that relatively easily. So I must ask, why have you brought me down here?
you are correct.
Getting dicey.
The paint is new. It is what's on the back of the skull that interests me. And to assuage her, Roxana walks out directly to this skull and just picks it off the wall. And she turns it, and it just has like a very weird like runic inscription on the back of it. Also seemingly depicting some sort of blue flame, but this is like etched as opposed to painted. Your eyes do not deceive you. Here, take a look. And she'll toss the skull to her.
Oksana, I have already told you this. I am not so much as interested in the blue flame itself as I am in following my own destiny. I am not beholden to the visions it provides, and I will make my decision on what I want to do with it when I see it for myself.
What if I told you you could see your destiny very soon? And you would know what it all meant after all.
Are you threatening me, Roxana?
She starts to notice that Roxana's feet aren't on the ground that they're standing on. She's actually been slightly inching upwards on the back of the dirt.
What's going on?
And as she sort of walks sort of slightly up this stone wall that's been constructed, she's going to pull on a piece of rope. And this earth that has seemingly been this like this floor of this area starts to shift, and this entire back part of this hallway is the top part of a wagon. The wagon pulls out quickly from beneath, and there's just a hole that descends hundreds of feet into the ground beneath them.
What?
What? Have you consulted anyone else?
5 men in a
Can you
wagon.
explain?
The 5 men were digging this whole week just to dig this hole, and then they're gonna pull back the wagon, and they're gonna fall straight down, hopefully.
What?
They meaning she and Sravo?
She and Sravo.
What is going on?
Alright, let me check something real quick.
What's happening here?
Reactionary
I'm
fireball.
Alright, you say hundreds of feet deep.
Yeah, I looked it up, and a person can dig like much faster than I thought. I saw one that said they can dig like 60 to 80 feet in a day.
Damn.
So I essentially wanted to have 5 guys digging a whole week, just a hole deep enough that they could possibly go, rig the wagon towards the top, pack some dirt on, so when they pull out the wagon, anyone who's standing in this area is just going to immediately drop hundreds and hundreds of feet.
Why?
Okay, well, first of all,
Can Tiamat fly?
I'm gonna roll 20d6 of damage. For if somebody falls, I'm saying max fall damage. So 20d6.
That's low for 20d6. I feel like.
It's what is the average of 20d6? 30. It's a little over the average,
Really?
I think. Okay. Sravo is going to plummet all the way down and die.
Whoa. Whoa. Guys, I don't know what's happening.
You pull this card away, and you
Rough
see
song.
like this glint of like an indignant smirk from Tiamat
Oh no.
right before
What's
you pull
going
it,
on?
and
What's
she
going on?
falls, but only for a moment,
Oh gosh.
as she does have the fly spell.
Okay.
You...
And a few moments later, she flies
spell
up.
She can
onto the
she can
level
try.
with you.
I told the guys just to put the wagon right back over.
And in that case, she uses her blink step bonus action ability to teleport out before
Oh,
Oh my god.
oh
I
they
knew
close
this
it
was
up.
gonna happen, Tyler. How did you not see that?
Isn't Tiamat like level 15, 17 or something?
She's really strong.
Isn't she a dragon? She's gonna be dragging those titties across your
Uh,
face soon enough.
so she blinks up.
Oh, God.
She's still flying above this in this tunnel, even though it's not very tall. And Stuart and his men kind of like fall back in surprise for a second. She draws her sword, pointing it in their direction first. I have nothing against you, Ceruleans. And then she changes the direction to face directly towards your throat, Roxana. But you have made your last mistake. And that's where we're gonna end the session.
Oh.
Nice.
What? What?
At least I took out one of them.